In the metals market, copper was up over 0.5%, but we'll call this a rally failure. Copper is now up 3 consecutive days, but pulled back today against some pretty significant dynamic resistance, something we call the rotation zone. Went up into the rotation zone and sold off from there. Could continue higher, but as of right now, it's not really a rally. It's interrupted by this resistance. And if you look over the last few weeks, copper is only up 2 of the last 5 weeks, so it's certainly not a reversal in the downtrend we've seen. China softened a little bit in terms of trade rhetoric. China's Ministry of Commerce said they do not want to escalate the trade war. President Trump said the negotiations starting next week are going to be on another level. Wouldn't clarify what that meant, just basically said that the results would tell you what level that was on. So not very clear, but the overall market was taking it, at least in the equity side of things, that this was a softening. Copper, not really convinced though. And as I mentioned before, if the Chinese believe there's going to be a deal, they're likely to start buying copper since it's one of their main base metals in terms of construction, and they even do some barter in some black markets with copper in the country itself, not the government, but in the country itself is a very popular base metal and natural resource in China, and they are the largest consumer of copper. And lastly, the dollar is not helping copper rally at all. Dollar up again today. I talk about it a lot, the inverse relationship. What the dollar's moving on more is the continued depressed yields globally. We have the 2's 10-year yield curve inverted again today, although it tightened up a little bit from about -6 to about -1. But still causing the dollar to stay strong versus the rest of the world's currencies. We had a German 10-year auction go out at -70 basis points, so that's keeping a little bit of a bid to the dollar. Inverse relationship between copper and the US dollar takes over when all else is equal. Currently, all else is not equal. We'll see over the next few days if copper is breaking out into a new trend up. So far, not so much.